This is Modern Mindset, the show that picks the brains of the world's leading minds to help you unlock yours. I'm your host, Adam Cox, and joining me today is Graham Hastings Evans. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Adam. Pleased to be here.
Great to have you here. So the charity NOCN, first of all, tell us a little bit about that and what you do there.
We're a skills charity, and we help people get the skills and qualifications or go through an apprenticeship to get into work or to further their careers. And we've been around for 37 years, so helped millions and millions of people over that time.
And I'm looking at
very rewarding thing to do, I find anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking at some figures here that says there is a huge skills gap that could be having an impact, particularly when it comes to construction and affordable housing. Tell us about that skills gap.
Yeah, that skills gap is twofold in a way. Some of it is around the building of new houses, and we don't have enough homes in Britain. And everybody is aware of the government's commitment to build 1.5 million new homes. Even that, we'll still be behind Europe. If you were to use the European occupation statistics, we probably need 4 million homes. But anyway, we need to build a lot of new homes and a lot of affordable new homes, social housing. And we just haven't got the number of bricklayers, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, plant operatives, and all of those people, because the number of people coming out of apprenticeships in the last 10 years has been declining. So we've had a reduction in the construction workforce, and now we're moving forward, and we really want to build lots and lots of new homes. So that's one part of the problem. The other part of the problem is our homes are very leaky of heating, and we need to, the horrible word is retrofit, but actually improve the quality of all the existing housing stock, particularly social housing, and the social housing landlords do want to do this. They've stepped up to the plate in terms of their ambition. But again, we haven't got the people with the skills to actually go in and retrofit and insulate and improve the quality of all the existing stock. So there's a double whammy there in terms of skills gaps.
It does sound like a mammoth challenge. And I imagine, if you could just kind of have robots or just kind of find skilled people from other parts of the world, you could fix that relatively quickly. But what we're talking about here is education. I imagine there would need to be a lag time, even if you had a lot of people coming in to learn these skills. What kind of length of time does it take before they're actually able to do the work needed?
Generally, to be fully qualified, we're looking at about 18 months, some longer than that. You can get somebody productive in 6 months, so that at least they can make a start. But to be fully qualified and have all the skills, you're looking at 18 months, 2 years in general for most. And I'll touch on the point you've just raised about bringing people in from abroad. That's been something that Britain has always done, particularly in construction. However, we've recently done a piece of research on worldwide skills, and there's a massive skills gap for construction across the world. That's because everybody's trying to go to net zero. Everybody's trying to improve their housing, and therefore our chances of bringing in people from abroad are actually going to decline. And in fact, we may even lose people out to the Gulf because they're offering double the salaries that we're paying. So that just adds to the skills challenge. And the only way we can resolve that is to try and skill up more and more people. We've got a large number of young people that are unemployed. So there's a pool of people, if we can get them trained and get them excited about working in construction. Construction doesn't get a lot of good press in the education world about that's the career you should go into. But actually, it's a fantastic industry to work with, and you can earn a really good living and do something really worthwhile for your community. And we need to sell that message to that pool of people and try to skill them up.
Yeah. And what do you think, other than high income, what do you think is going to draw these kind of young people into, let's say, a career in the actual skills and education in the construction industry?
I actually think there's a good 20, 30 years worth of work ahead of us at least. There's actually quite a lot of security. And in the past, that hasn't been true. But we can see now, because of the demands of net zero, which have implications for housing, but also other things like power stations, roads, everything else in our physical environment. There's a really good career there, yeah, and a real good opportunity to develop. People can go in as a bricklayer and be a director of a construction company 20 years later. So fantastic opportunities, and it's getting that message through to young people that this is a really good industry to work in, and that hasn't always been a message we've been able to get over. It's always been a message within the industry, but it doesn't seep out enough. So I think that's a challenge for us, to actually sell that sizzle of working in the industry.
Absolutely. And there's so many industries right now that could be displaced by robotics and artificial intelligence. But I get the sense that construction and particularly these complex things that are nuanced, like robots can't do that. Technology can't do that. You need skilled people to actually do that kind of job. So it has that level of job security that maybe other sectors just don't have.
That's absolutely true. Yes, we will use AI. Yes, we will use some robotics. Yes, we will make things in factories and piece them together out on site. All of that will change. But you're right to say this is actually quite a secure industry in respect of somebody having a good career going forward.
And tell us about the standards. Why is it important for the UK in particular to raise these occupational standards?
I think many of our standards are pretty close to international standards, but we need to, I think, adopt the policy of international standards for very, very good reasons. These skills are very transportable. So if somebody wants to come into the construction industry and work in Saudi Arabia or India or anywhere else, they need to have high quality skills. So it gives an individual opportunity to work anywhere. But more importantly, it ensures we've got our people at a really high quality standard. So they're very productive, and productivity has been an issue across the whole of the British economy for the last 20 years. We've just not grown our productivity. Construction productivity, there's an opportunity. It's not badly behind, but still there's an opportunity to improve productivity and improve quality. And getting people up to a better standard will help us ensure we build really good buildings. Nobody wants to see any more Grenvilles, yes? And actually skilling people up to a good international standard is part of that process, yeah? And it's really quite critical that we get people at good quality standard. Very
Absolutely.
competent to do the job.
And if someone's listening right now, maybe they're curious about maybe being skilled in construction or learning more about NOCN, where can they go for more information?
They can go to our website. You can contact your local FE college. I'm also president of the British Association of Construction Heads, so that's the training providers. There's loads of places to go. CITB, which is the Construction Industry Training Board. So there's lots and lots of information. But I'd say also contact your local college. Yeah.
Fantastic. That is the Chief Executive of the NOCN, Graham Hastings Evans there. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today.
Thank you very much, Adam. A delight to join you.
And to you at home, thanks for joining me on Modern Mindset in association with Share Radio. See you again soon for more.